Kane is in the building.
Good evening, everybody. A special edition of Thursday Night Football. I'm with Fred Robledo, the prep editor of the Tribune. Fred,
yes.
Beautiful night for football, and it's an interesting game that we have here in the Valle Vista League.
Yeah, Tom, you've got Northview. Hasn't lost a game since the beginning of the season. They've really been on a roll. They had the big win over San Dimas. They're trying to lock up a top 4 seed with the playoffs starting next week. They want to finish undefeated in the Valle Vista League, and everyone wants to go into the playoffs with momentum. You don't want to stumble now. But they're facing a tough Baldwin Park team, Tom, that upset San Dimas last week. Nobody saw that coming. I mean, Baldwin Park in league already has 2 losses. They lost to Roland. They lost to Covina. So beating someone like San Dimas last week, that really opened a lot of eyes. So tonight, I call this the truth game for Baldwin Park. Are they that team that lost to Covina and lost to Roland? Or are we going to see that team that beat San Dimas last week? I know they want this real bad. I know they want to prove that last week was no fluke.
Well, if you're a team like Northview in the position that they're in, are they going to risk some of their starters and let them play the whole game? Because you got the playoffs starting next week.
Well, I think if you're Northview, you want to make sure you win the game first, before you take guys out at halftime. And if you're Baldwin Park, you don't want to hear any of that. They've come into this game thinking they're going to win tonight. They've got a lot of confidence from last week. So last thing they're thinking is Northview's going to empty their starters at halftime. Well, be in a game.
Well, on senior night, you got a beautiful night for football. It's hard to believe it's the starting of November. We'll bring you the highlights. We'll bring you the interviews right after the game. Quarter action, Northview going to the ground on their first drive. Kevin Thomas taking this right up the middle, making defenders miss. Ends up all the way down to the Baldwin Park 5-yard line, and from there, quarterback Steven Comstock would throw a swing pass. Antwaun Ayers into the end zone, 7-0. Northview. Jacob Robles of Baldwin Park would try to make things happen. He gets a nice gain here, but would fumble at the end of the run, recovered by Northview. Comstock back to pass, making a big gain himself. Eventually, they're going to work their way into the red zone. Comstock to Ayers, 14-0 Northview, but Baldwin Park would come up with a big play themselves. Get back into the game. Robles connecting with Chris Vargas, 50-yard touchdown pass, cuts the lead to 14-7. Here comes Northview once again. Comstock over the middle to Ayers into the red zone, and once again it's Kevin Thomas on the ground, 20 yards out, gets his first touchdown of the night, 21-7 lead. Northview's defense stepping up, sacking Robles just before halftime. We go into the second half wondering how long starters would play. And there is Comstock coughing up the ball, gets knocked down, fumbles it, and limps off. Then they get the ball back again, comes up with a big play. Jimmy Amezquita making that catch, setting up this 5-yard touchdown run. Comstock giving Northview a 28-7 lead. Baldwin Park needed to make some plays, and Robles did just that, completing this pass over the middle, and then penalties helped them get to the 1-yard line where David Covarrubias would score from 1 yard out, cutting the lead to 28-14. But just when you thought the momentum would swing, Kevin Thomas breaks one, and watch this move right there. Puts the defender down, gets in the end zone, 40 yards, his second touchdown of the night. Northview would add another score late and come away with a 42-14 victory. Well, Coach, 3 league championships. What does it feel like to get another one?
Feels real good. We've been working real hard to try to make things happen, and our kids are bought in, and we're trying to build a culture of winning, and we talk about our brand of football every time, and that's what we're doing right now. Your brand of football, smash mouth, throw it over the top, but I don't think it included 120 yards in penalties, did it? No, it didn't. That definitely wasn't part of the equation, but, those are the little things that we got to keep working on and correct, and hopefully, those things don't come back and hurt us in the playoffs. Absolutely. It's a 1-2 punch with those two guys, and basically who you're going to try to stop. It's pick your poison on that. So, we're doing a great job, and man, you got the offensive linemen are doing a great job as well. So they're the ones that make everything happen for those two guys.
What was the challenge for you guys tonight with a team like Baldwin Park? You know, they beat San Dimas. You guys beat San Dimas. What was it that you were kind of leery about?
Just finishing. You know, that was our big focus this week as far as finishing the season, finishing, you know, with a win, and, you know, leaving no doubt that, you know, we're the team. We're the team that's going to continue to, you know, hopefully roll through this playoff.
Northview is a really good football team. You know, they do a lot of things well. They run it, they throw it. I thought we played really hard, and they're just a good football team. I thought we did pretty well. I thought we played hard. I thought our season went really well. You know, we had a few ups, we had a few downs, but we stayed together. Just a good football team.
Obviously, one of those ups being the win over San Dimas.
Absolutely. Now, San Dimas is another good football team. Our team played well against a very good San Dimas team, so we're going to wait. Maybe we can get into the playoffs.
Here with Steven Comstock. Steven, Valle Vista League champions, exactly what you guys wanted to go for at the beginning of the season. Talk about that.
It's a great feeling. We've been working all year for this. We're 3-time league champs now, so that's a great feeling. We just need to keep pushing and grinding on the field and keep working.
Antwaun, 42-14 tonight. You guys get the victory, and you get the Valle Vista League champions. What does it feel like to be champions of this league?
It's great. We worked hard for it all year and came out. It's a three-peat, you already know, so we just had to come out. We knew how to get it done, knew we'd knock off our opponent. Easy work. Well, you know, just wanted to punch them in the mouth early, make sure they give up. We wouldn't have to fight the whole game because, you know, we should have been getting off the field way earlier than we were. And, you know, just make sure they knew we were coming.
Kevin, you have to tell me about that move that you made on that 40-yard touchdown.
Oh, man, I just thought, like, you know, I just work. I wanted to eat. Like, you know, I just want to thank my O-line. They push me every day at practice, every day to get better. Like, they're like my second family.
But that particular play where, you know, you got to about the 20, you seen the guy coming at you, you just made that quick move, and
I was just thinking get to the end zone.
That could be a play of the week candidate right there.
I was just thinking get to the end zone. I had to. So, yeah. Yeah, I think, like, that's what, like, I think I love about Steven because Steven's a hard runner. He could be a running back also. So, like, I think, like, we push each other, like, okay, like, we go both eat. We going to see who can get more, you know what I mean? So, it just, I love it, the backfield.
So, what do you guys need to do to become a CIF champion? These guys talked about three-peat, so the Valle Vista League is something that you guys almost expect now. But now you're in the Division 8, and now you're in the playoffs, so talk about that.
I think we just need to work hard at practice. Just we need all want it. We need all, like, work hard, extra plays, you know, extra practice, extra everything. Just get big in the weight room, just work hard.
You know, we talked about you guys establishing the running game all season, and it kind of took a while for you guys to get the running game going. Talk about tonight playing against a tough Baldwin Park team.
They're big and physical, and we're always, we're not exactly big. But running, I mean, we got Kevin Thomas, and we'll just be good at what we do. That's just what we do. We always want the ball first just to set the tone of the game. Obviously, if we set the tone, then we're just going to keep scoring and scoring. They're going to feel defeated just at the start.
Well, Kobe, 3 league championships, but no CIF ring. So what does this team need to do to get that CIF ring this year?
You know, we just got to focus. We really got to concentrate on those little things because that's what matters really. And I've been on enough teams to know that those little things matter more than anything else. It's just staying focused and and just focusing up in weight room and paying attention to coaches and all the little things like being on time, hustling during every sprint, and that's all that matters, and we got to take care of that.
Well, those little things that you talk about, now they're going to be magnified. So the little things we look at are penalties, turnovers, mistakes, blown assignments. Those get magnified in the playoffs, and you know, a highly ranked team can run into another team, and sometimes those things can derail you. What are you guys going to do to keep from happening to you?
That's true. We're really going to have to work on that this week. I know that a good team will really capitalize on those small mistakes, and we're going to have to really watch it. And little teams like this, we get away with the penalties, but against a big team, we're really going to have to watch it.
So tonight on senior night, Northview comes away with a 42-14 victory. Look out for that playoff draw. They're going to make the seedings. They're going to make the playoff draws on Sunday. It'll come out. We'll have Fred Robledo, Steve Ramirez, also Aram Talesian tweeting all the bracket updates, who's going to play where. Good chance that with the win tonight, Northview gets a seed, so they'll probably be right back here at Covina District Field next week. We'll be here covering that game from Covina District Field for Fred Robledo, Steve Ramirez, who's going to write the story. Watch for it in the Tribune tomorrow. This is Tom Kiss reporting from Covina District Field for the Southern California newspaper.